Hi, this is Erica Pignol, and I am going to be showing you this website that I found. My students will be doing a project on Jamestown. They'll be identifying the history of Jamestown and some of the key people that were involved in the settlement at Jamestown. And I found this fabulous site. We know that intelligence is a function of experience, and since I'm quite sure there are no students in my class that have ever been to Jamestown in 1607, none of them really have the same experience. And so I thought it would be a really neat idea for us to take a field trip, or what we in Oklahoma call a being there experience. And I found this fabulous website. The URL for this website, the web address, is a National Geographic address. The um, the first three letters actually are N as in Nancy, G, M as in Mary, and that stands for National Geographic Magazine. So this is part of their National Geographic Magazine. Because it's National Geographic and I really trust National Geographic, I know that the information that I'm going to find in this being their experience will be fairly accurate. This isn't like a wiki or someplace like that where other people are allowed to contribute. This is all done by experts in the field of the Jamestown settlement and some historians that are really familiar with their information. So one thing that I love about this website is that I can visit one of two places. I can either go to the Jamestown side and I can explore Jamestown, or I can go on over here and I can explore the Powhatan side. And this is the side of the Native Americans. The Powhatan were the Native Americans that helped the Jamestown settlers. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Jamestown and I'm going to click the begin button. And this takes me to a really interesting diagram of the settlement, which is really cool to see. I am such a history buff. I love history. So I love the setup of this. I love the fact that I can see what the fort would have looked like. So this little window right here, it says drag to explore, and so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag it, and it kind of acts like a little magnifying glass. And I'm just going to kind of to go around until, oh, there we go, till I find a pop-up window. And that pop-up window is going to give me some more information. So you can see that this looks like a little oh uh like a campfire kind of a thing. And so that tells me that this is going to be what they're cooking. So I'm going to click here, and this takes me to another site that is absolutely fabulous. This gives me all kinds of information on what things the settlers might have eaten, their staple diet, how they would have hunt, fished, and cooked, and then basically cooking at Jamestown. I can also scroll down here, and it gives me I can see some primary sources. These are artifacts that have been found in their discovery. And down here, I even have some recipes. And so if my students thought that they might want to make something to try out one of the recipes, there are lots of recipes. So if I click on that, I can get this is some information on some different recipes. So let's see. Let me go back into what's cooking. And because I wanted to show you that, let's say I wanted to learn a little bit more about the colonist diet. One of the really, really
I
nice
am
things
a
is when I click on
zooarchaeologist
that, it
and I
opens another
study the
window
bones.
that gives me a historian giving me some more information. And so these are people that are experts in the field of Jamestown, the Jamestown settlement, and they're going to teach me, and I can watch a video about it. So that's another thing that's kind of cool. I know my students are very interested in watching things, and they'd much rather watch a video than read even. So this gives them another way to get some more information. Um, Likewise, if I go over, let's say I wanted um, to do maybe a compare and contrast. Maybe one of my students would like to compare the way the Native Americans lived to the way that the English settlers lived when they got here. I can go over to the Powhatan side and look. I come up with another, if I click and drag the little magnifying glass, I come up with another campfire, and oh, this is on what the Native Americans would have eaten and what they would have cooked. Here again are some recipes. I can learn how to prepare um, pamunkey Indian shad recipes. Um, if I wanted to learn some more about open fire cooking, which the
Yeah, what we have
Jamestown
today are
settlers would have
typical.
done um, at 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 the first part when they first got there in 1607. But this man is going to tell them about what outside cooking or open fire cooking would have been like for the Native Americans, for the Powhatan that lived there. And so I can do kind of a compare and contrast the Native Americans to the Jamestown settlers. So, anyways, this is I feel like a fabulous website because it is true. It is giving factual information, and I can trust it. It's National Geographic. There's nothing in the URL that leads me to believe that that this is a personal website of any sort. But it also is a way for my students to be more interactive with the site. It's not just them reading, although there is stuff for them to read and they have to make sense of that, but there are some other things for them to explore, some videos for them to look at, some primary sources for them to look at. So I really feel like this is a good site. I'm excited for my kids to be able to use it, and I really, really think that they're going to enjoy this project. Thank you for joining.